I remember a couple years ago, just like you, just like in the position that you're in, I was being made fun of a lot in my friend group. A lot of people in my friend group, a lot of my friends at the time, they would make fun of me, they would make like racist jokes towards me. And I would just kind of like laugh it off and like, act like I wasn't hurt by it, but like, I actually was kind of getting pissed off that they were making jokes about me and racist, they were saying racist stuff about me and stuff like that. But I actually thought that since I was there and since everyone could make all these like jokes about me, I thought I was actually adding value by being in the friend group. And I thought I was like, oh my god, look, I'm making these people laugh by, by them making racist jokes about me. I thought I was actually adding value to my friend group, and I just thought that was a good thing. I was just like, all right, sweet, this is cool. I'm completely like I kept convincing my mind to be okay with it. I kept convincing my mind, saying, yeah, no, this isn't racist. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with the way things are, and I'm perfectly fine if they keep doing this to me. I'm happy with it. And around late last year, I kind of started implementing these like tactics and ideas to basically be more funny, add more value to my friends, and basically after that point, like the racist jokes that are made towards me have gone down significantly. I make people laugh a lot more, you know, by making like jokes, by being funny, not like making jokes about other people, but by just genuinely being funny and being me. I've managed to make people laugh by doing that, and I'm honestly like I'm really sad that I didn't find out these like tactics and tricks earlier. Like I literally just discovered this late last year, and it has changed the entirety of like it's changed everything. It's literally changed the way I talk to people, the way I hang out with my friends. It's truly been like a lifesaver. And in this video, I'm going to tell you some of those tricks that you can use in your friend group. Like, let's say if you are going through the same thing as me, which I'm guessing you are because you clicked on this video. Or maybe like if you're not the funniest person in your friend group, or maybe people are making jokes about you, like your friends in your friend group making jokes about you, you can implement these tactics like basically today. The respect that your friends will have for you will double, triple maybe even. And they're not even that hard of tricks to apply. It's just I never knew this, and I wish someone was there to teach me like, hey, why are you acting like this? Act like this. And that's basically what I'm going to tell you in this video. This is really the most important advice I can give to a young teenager out there in like a friend group. And like this applies to literally anything in life. And it's to be authentic. Being authentic is genuinely the way to make people respect you so much more, to make people like you so much more, and to make other people laugh and other people listen to you and other people to take you seriously so much more. It is life changing. Think about this. If, like, I used to do this as well around 2-3 years ago. I used to try to be like that person in my friend group who was at the complete top, who was like the best, the funniest person in the friend group. I used to try to be like him. And like it sounds good, right? It sounds like, oh yeah, he's trying to be funny as well. And since we already like this funny guy, if the other guy is trying to be like this guy, then he'll be automatically funny too. But it doesn't work like that. If let's say this person is extremely funny and everyone likes him, and then this person is trying to also be like this person, people aren't gonna like this person as much because this person's trying to act like this person, and like people already like this person as it is. So there's literally no reason for people to like this person because this person already exists and he's way better at it and he's way more authentic than this person who's literally just trying to be a copycat. And if you be authentic, you will like kind of open that door that hasn't been opened yet in your friend group. Does that make sense? Like you are literally being that person in your friend group that doesn't exist. And that could be a good thing. I mean, that's probably going to be a good thing because think about it. If your friends don't have that person that you are right now, they're missing that. When you finally become that person, they're going to like you so much more because you didn't exist back then. Now you do. They're going to like you so much more. Once I started implementing this tactic of just being myself instead of being my friend or like being someone else, it truly changed the trajectory of my life. The second biggest advice I can give to someone is to be loose. And what I mean by being loose is kind of just like not overthinking about what other people think of you. So basically, I was in a class with three of my friends, and I was just like screaming and like laughing, and basically I was making everyone else laugh. I was screaming, I was being an idiot, and I wasn't like there wasn't like a thought in the back of my mind being like, oh, what if that person outside my classroom like what does that person think of me? Like what if he thinks I'm an idiot? What if he thinks I'm loud? Or what if he thinks I'm that? I wasn't overthinking. I was just kind of going with the flow. I was just being an idiot. I was just being funny. I was just basically being myself. All authenticity is very, very important. Once you figure that out, it's basically like everything else is pretty easy. But also, if you like overthink what you do, so if you just like sit in the corner of like your friend group, where you're just that kind of friend who just sits there and doesn't really do anything. You're just kind of there. You're just like overthinking, like, oh, please don't make a joke about me, or like, like if you overthink it, you're not gonna add value. You're not gonna be funny. You're just gonna be sitting there with your thoughts and not having fun. But if you're being loose and if you're like not overthinking it, and you're just going with the flow, going with your friend group, and going with the energy, you can just feel it inside your brain. Like you can just feel you're funnier, and that's a very, very like valuable thing to do, and a very valuable thing for others in your friend group as well. The final thing I would say, if you're like trying to make your friends laugh and you're trying to add value to your friends and you're trying to be funny to your friends, you should be funny to yourself as well. You should make yourself laugh. And it's kind of like one of those things, like if you're not having a good time, no one else in your room's probably having a good time either. And this can go for dating as well. Like if you're dating a girl and you're not having a good time, chances are she's not having a good time either. You need to be having a good time. You need to be having a laugh. You need to be funny to yourself. You need to make yourself laugh in order for everyone else to laugh. Like imagine you just make like going back to like the racist jokes that I was dealing with. Imagine if I just made a joke about myself, like a racist joke about myself. I wouldn't find that funny. Like my friends might find that funny, but I wouldn't find it funny. And then if I just keep doing that, my friends would kind of realize that yeah, he's just doing it to make us laugh, and he's not, he's actually not that funny, and it's kind of getting repetitive. But if you make yourself laugh and you have a good time, it is going to make everything else so much easier and so much funnier as well. Think about the funniest moment that you've had, or the funniest joke that you've ever said, or the most your friends have ever laughed by your joke. Chances are you also liked that joke. You also found that joke funny. You also laughed at the joke you said, or you also laughed at the thing you did that was funny. You need to be funny as well. You need to make yourself laugh, and then you can focus on making everyone else laugh. Now, obviously, that goes without saying. I don't think the proper meaning of friendship is to just make everyone laugh. It's like, yeah, that's a good thing about friends. It's just having a fun time, making each other laugh. But friendships can be so much deeper as well. Like if you're still friends with, let's say if you're like 25 years old and you're still friends with your high school friends, that the only purpose of the only reason they're friends is to just make everyone laugh and to just say horrible shit to each other just to be funny. That's not really good friends, if that makes sense. Like if you're just friends to make each other laugh by saying horrible shit or not being good people, then that's not good friends. That's not a good friendship. This is just a way to communicate with your friends, to be funny. That's a way to relate to each other. And this is just like 3 ways. These are by far the 3 most important things that you can do to improve your friendships. After I did these 3 things late last year, it's truly changed everything. Like this year would have not been the same if I'd applied those things late last year. I can immediately start seeing that in effect. Do these 3 things, keep these 3 things in your mind, and just do it the next time you see your friends. I can guarantee you that you will start getting more laughs, people will start respecting you more, and people will start taking you more seriously as well.